What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Tony D2 Wild checking in once again, back in the building today, guys, with the review of the upcoming Jordan 1 Low Nigel Sylvester, Better With Time. So today, guys, we have the Jordan 1 Low, or the Nigel Sylvester Jordan 1 Low. I think that sounds a little bit better, literally, because it's called Better With Time. No pun intended, right? But these are set to release on August 16th for a retail price point of $165. And of course, this is another collaboration alongside with Nigel Sylvester. And this is the second collaboration, I want to say, of this year so far. With it being, of course, the Jordan 4 Brick by Brick, and then now the Jordan 1 Low Better With Time. Now the Better With Time, if you guys know, does look a lot like his initial release, or one of his first releases in collabs with Jordan Brand, the Jordan 1, and it was a Nigel collab that featured a Jordan 1 that had a lot of similar characteristics to this one that you see right here. But it was a sail high top version that featured the scuffs, the aging, the sail midsole, the roughed up overall look, kind of mimicking what a shoe would look like for someone like Nigel, who is very heavy into biking. Since then, fast forward, we are now getting that more so in a low top version with the story Better With Time. Now, Better With Time, for the most part, it's pretty simple to understand. And the storytelling that goes behind Nigel's shoes, I always can, I guess, relate with it because of this, my own lifestyle and my own life and career and the things that I've done over time. And Better With Time just stands with, you know, when it comes to your sneakers, it comes to anything, aging in the process and going through the battles in life, it makes us better with time. And with this particular shoe in general, you know, it wants to show that this is not something you're just gonna keep on your shelf, fresh, clean, and dandy. It wants to be used, it wants to be beat up, worn, aged. And as you do so, the shoe itself becomes better with time. But also the fact that we know a lot of Jordan 1s in particular literally do look better the more and more you wear them. They literally age, and they age well. Specifically Jordan 1s, like a clean pair of ones versus a pair of ones that actually been worn, that has those creases and it has that weird look, they tend to look very good in my humble opinion. Now, the all white Air Force 1s that a lot of people in the Gen Zs that wear, they beat them up and they're dirty as hell. That one in particular, I just really don't understand, but to each his own, right? Bam! But the Better With Time, as you can see, comes in this very nice premium upper leather. And one thing in particular you're gonna notice is the swoosh has been removed. Now there is, however, different color, that sail color that remains there, and there's some slight holes that are featured around that swoosh, and where the stitching on that leather would have went into the shoe to have that overall go in there. Now another thing that I noticed, and I don't know that till now, but if you ever seen, this is a lot of the times though shown on fake shoes, but I don't know if it's something that is utilized also on real sneakers as well. But one of the big ways that people usually tend to figure out if a shoe is fake was using the black light, right? And when you use the black light, you would see those like linings and like the drawings and all there that kind of look like that's what you kind of see on the swoosh marker there. Now, that's why I'm kind of curious if that may be something that's also done on legit pairs, like they draw and line out certain things, but particularly I guess when it comes to fakes, they are more easier to see or spot or not cleaned up. I don't know, but I do know that there's a 3M outlining featured on the swoosh right here that if you utilize the flash on your phone, you will see that outline being featured there. That alongside with the shoe itself being scuffed up on the back portion, you have some scuffed up on the toe box as well. You have that aged overall look on the midsole and the aged look on the outsole as well. These have been beaten up, so if you're not gonna beat them up, well, they already gave them to you beaten up. And this one in particular has a lot of scuff marks, especially alongside the heel as well. Now, each pair, from what I'm understanding, if you guys have gotten pairs, feel free to say something in the chat, in the comment section. I feel like these are all different markings. I feel like everybody's markings will be somewhat different because this doesn't seem something that can be done mechanically, like where it's just automatically done. I feel like from what it looks like almost is there was some sort of, maybe, it seemed like almost a hot iron or something that was like scratched up against and giving you these blemishes that you see featured. I even have it on the top of my toe box on this pair, but you can see it also featured on the inside of the shoe as well. Now they come standard with the sets of laces that are in that sale, and they also feature a red set of laces. That's why we kind of swapped them up like that. And then of course there is a black pair that I'm not gonna lie, I'm just gonna leave that one right there, I ain't gonna lie. I'm just gonna leave those because I like the colors to them, obviously. Now on the box, peep the box out, you got the bike replaced by the Nike. On the inside, you have the bike feature there as well. And you also have feature on the inside, on the inners of the shoe on both pairs, the Jordan Biking Company, established in 2017. Now that was also featured on the Brick by Brick as well, and is a part of Nigel's whole catalog at this point. Like, he runs the bikes, the Jordan Bike Club, or the Jordan Bike Company. Very, very dope. And I think it's something different, especially with the fact that when it comes to Nike, when it comes to Jordan brand, SBs, skateboarding, you know, for the most part has kind of led the way. And there hasn't been that much from the BMX side and the bike side, but Nigel has kind of, you know, changed that thing up drastically. On the insole, you have the Nigel Sylvester. You have his name right there featured on, this is the left shoe. And then on the right shoe, you have the Bike Air featured in red. The backs of the shoe, you have the winged logos. And these also, I want to say, are just printed on. It's a print. It's not debossed or embossed. It is a print with a texture, with texture on it as well, but it is printed for the most part. They seem enlarged, and it also features that gray-like outlining. On the tongue, you have the Bike Air as well. Now, someone mentioned it before, the overall shape on these, I like them a lot. They remind me a lot of the shape that's featured on the Travis Scotts. It could be just the standard Jordan 1 low, but someone mentioned that these are more of that 85 low. And I think it is something, because when it comes to, especially like those special releases, like the Travis Scotts, they always seem to have a better overall, they just look better. I don't know, they don't, like everything seems lined up. It's something about the inline Jordan 1 lows that just don't sit well with me. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and lie and try to make up excuses. Maybe it's just the fact that, oh, this is a Nigel, oh, that's a Travis Scott, the shape is off. I need to literally get a low top Jordan 1 in and compare the two, because I honestly feel like there is something different about the shapes of the Jordan 1 lows when it comes to the more special project collabs than just the standard inline. At the same time, there hasn't been a Jordan 1 low release in a very long time, and I mean Jordan 1 low release like OG Jordan 1 low, not your mids that have the Jumpman logo on there, or you know, the Jumpman on the back. The ones just like this, where you have Nike on the tongue and the wings on the back. It's been a minute. I think they've dropped, of course, the 85 version, which this mimics a lot of that as well, but I haven't seen something that's more of a standard Jordan 1 low release in a minute. Next time it happens, I'm just gonna definitely have to compare the two just to see, because it's something about the height and the overall look of these that just looks different than your standard Jordan 1 lows. That's just my honest thoughts and opinions. Now, as far as the market goes, you already know this is a Nigel, so you know it's gonna sell out instantly. You know it's gonna be an issue for the most part in the secondary marketplace, and we can take a look at that as well. Okay, so currently right now, these are being sold at the lowest price point of $235. My size is $248, so you're talking about a close to almost about $100 over retail, $165 is retail, so about 80 bucks or so. My math is horrible, but it's close, about 80 to 90 bucks over retail. But when you get up into your 12s, you got $315, 11 and a half, 323, size 15, 450, right? So it's definitely high up there, and it's what I expected, okay? This is gonna be a shoe that pretty much is gonna sell out, right? It is what it is. There's nothing else to say. Let's stop acting confused. Now, as far as sizing goes, true to size, as always, when it comes to, you know, when it comes to Jordan 1 lows and Jordan 1s, I go as low as I can because I like the snug fit, and there's less cushioning, and I don't want creasing, and I'm cool with that. So that is what I went with. I also want to mention, of course, the little Nike swoosh there is featured. That is something that was also featured on the original pairs. I missed out on that original pair. Definitely was disappointed about that. I remember Bull had got a pair, and I think Bull had to go out there and do like a damn, he had to buy a, remember, Bull's story was crazy. I think he had to go buy a bike or something. Let's call Bull real quick. I think he had to buy a bike and like do a damn bunny hop or something crazy. He might be in daddy mode right now. But yeah, I remember Bull saying something where he had to go buy a bike, then get in line and do like a bunny hop or something, just like a ollie. I guess it's called a bunny hop though. Or I know the terminology may be the same, but he had to do a trick. He He had to learn how to do some sort of trick in order to get the first pair of Nigels, which was wild. So I'm pretty sure he'll talk about that story if he gets his hand. If he not, probably did already get his hands on these. I think he did. I don't know. But overall, solid release. Once again, Nigel's knocking it out the park. The storytelling, the concept, the shoe itself, how it looks. Can't really go, can't really hate on it, bro. I think it looks good in my honest opinion. This is a cop and added to the collection. Black and white shoe, nice. I had my Travis Scott's all black Jordan 1 lows. I sold those. This is definitely, I prefer this overall. I like this look, the black with a little bit of sail in there, than all triple black Janitor Jupers. So this is definitely something that we could throw into the collection. I'm selling my sneaker collection, I still am. And I'm downsizing. This wall is pretty much all I need. Once this, and this is all staying up here, but everything else down below, we getting rid of it. But let me know you guys' thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section as always, and make sure you guys are tuned in, bells turned on the channel, because we are actually filming this live right now on YouTube. We're live right now. We're talking about this shoe. We're gonna be talking more about it as well. We're gonna be going over some of the raffles about it as well. So turn on post notifications because we go live, and we're gonna be continuing going live, and you guys can be tuned in and ask questions when we are actually shooting this content for yourself. But yeah, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one, and I'm gonna end you guys and girls off with an on-foot review. Peace.